Alright, hello and welcome to this commentary, I guess, of how I do scratch sprites. So right now I'm just doing the basic skeleton, just really basic scratchy stuff. And what I'm using right now is Paint Tool Sci, and it's not free, it's about $70, but I tend to use it when I'm making trainer scratch sprites because of the layer mechanics, and it's just what I use to draw on what I have around. But later you'll see me using MS Paint because it's a lot easier to do shading in Paint. And as you can see, I've already moved on to doing the second layer of sketching, because with trainer sprites, doing scratch, you have to do a lot of sketching. Like, it's not easy. So yeah, the legs gave me so much trouble during this, it's crazy. You can see why not many people do scratch trainer sprites. But I don't think I even mentioned the character that I'm doing. It's Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th movie series, and it's an entry in the Silver Lake monthly sprite contest. And it's just for fun, just something that came to my mind and I thought I'd do. And I thought, why not try commentary? Even though I'm terrible at it and will probably get kicked off YouTube for being so terrible. But hey, it was fun while it lasted. So yeah, you can see I have different references up, just looking at the style of how they're done. And that's something very important when you're doing scratch. Always use preferences. Number one rule of scratch spriting. Oh, and see, you can now see I have opened up MS Paint, and I'm now doing the line work. And I use the Bezier, whatever, curve tool for this, just because I was feeling lazy. Oh, and I use my tablet for most of this. It's a Wacom Intuos tablet. But feasibly, if you tried hard enough, you could use a mouse and do scratch trainer sprites. And like, I just got into spriting not too long ago, so it's not something I'm an expert at. Especially not trainer scratch spriting. But hey, I don't know. I notice not a lot of people do scratch spriting in general, and I don't get why. Like, it's never seemed that hard to me when I do it. Like, literally 75%, more like 80% of the sprites I do are scratch sprites. I've never done, like, any sort of splicing or anything like that. I have done revamps because those are just fun for practice. But most of my stuff is scratch, and I don't know why not many people do scratch. Like, if anybody could help me answer that. Like, I've even done, like, scratch sprites just using a mouse. You don't need a tablet or anything fancy to do it. So yeah, now you can see I'm adding detail to the hockey mask, which I hated. This part was so hard. Getting the dots right was misery. Misery, I tell you. Never ever do Jason Voorhees in sprite form. Actually, no, you should do it. It actually was pretty fun. Really fun to do. It's like the most fun I've had making a trainer sprite at all. Because trainer sprites are usually not very fun to do from scratch. Just because the human eye is just so attentive to anatomy and stuff, it's so easy to mess it up. So I'm adding shading right now to the mask and stuff. I'm just now starting to figure out how Pokemon sprite shading works. I hate it. It's so unorthodox. It's nothing like what normal shading would be like when you actually draw. So I had to completely recalculate my brain to think differently about shading. And no, I don't like it. I don't like it, Mama. And as you can see, I've been checking out the Gentleman Sprite just to get an idea of how the shading works. So, yeah, shading was going to take a while. So, for scratch spriting in general, the only advice I can give is just practice it a lot. And actually, like, I find it's a lot easier if you, like, actually do art, but if you're just a spriter, you can still do it. You just practice. And it may seem hard, but it's not that bad. Except for Trainer Sprites. Trainer Sprites are hard. As I've mentioned like 50 times. Anyway, I'm doing the detail on his jacket right now, which was so much fun. It was the most fun I had working on the sprite. Like, adding all the little pieces that made it look really old and worn and all the splotches. That was a lot of fun. It was just, I rarely am able to work on a Pokemon sprite where I can just go crazy and have fun, and this was one of the few times where I could. So I do recommend trying scratch spriting, because you can do so much more if you get the hang of it. You can just go crazy and have fun and make whatever you want. And here I decided to just add some blood, like thinking that maybe he just got back from killing some teenagers, like he always does. And the blood was also a lot of fun to do. I mean, it's an entry for the Silver League contest, and the theme of it was be creepy, do Halloween themed stuff, so I thought, why not add some blood and make it even more creepy? It's a bit of a difficult balance with blood because you don't want to go overboard, but you want to make it look like they've just killed someone and it's messy. So now I'm coloring the line work, which is my least favorite part because it's just so hard to figure out. I still don't understand exactly how it works. And we're getting to the end of this, so maybe someday I'll remake this tutorial when I'm better at making trainer sprites. Okay, it wasn't a tutorial, it was just a commentary, but yeah. So if you liked this, let me know. If you hated it, let me know. Either way, just thank you for listening to me ramble. And bye.